UMAR AHMED, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're in Belfast.
Somewhere in Belfast.
Northern Ireland, joined by devilishly handsome, as always, Sam Jones.
How you doing, UMAR?
I'm all good. You've got a new recruit at SJam Boxing.
I've got 2 new recruits.
Have you?
To be fair, one of them's been there a while, John Hawkins. He's our media guy. But
John, I know John.
Yeah,
he's always been there.
Yeah, he's always been there. And Shane, Shane has done a few bits for us before. But listen, life's about giving people opportunities. So why not? You was given one and you smashed it, didn't you? So you're now famous.
Anyway, talking about famous people, your profile's fucking going through the roof now, isn't it?
I'm going to say go through the roof, but
I think it is.
It's doing all right. I'm just keeping myself to myself.
How is Joe? All good?
He's coming later. His flight got cancelled. Him, Adam, and Big George Fox are coming. His flight got cancelled, the Gatwick one, so they're coming a little bit later on, but they're going to get here about 4 o'clock. So they're going to be like flying straight here, get changed, and then have something to eat, and then go watch Mick.
I'm guessing you've watched the fight with Jennings back on TV. Honest thoughts?
My honest thoughts, I think the win's getting better by the day, in the sense of when you watch the Dylan White fight against Rivas, you kind of put into consideration. I thought the scorecards were kind of unkind to Rivas in that fight. I thought Dylan White won the fight, but I thought the scorecards, I think there was a bit of one-sided kind of, not so much the commentary, but I thought it was not as one-sided as what it was made out to be. I thought it was a very close fight, and he dropped him, do you know what I mean? And there's nothing in it, do you know what I mean, like, around that level. And Joe's fight against Jennings, could there have been some things that Joe could have done better in that fight? Yes, 100%. But I know, people allude to the fact he's 33, but he's learning. Do you know what I mean? He's learning. He's learning. He's learning his trade, and he's learning like in the deep end, if you know what I mean. No one can say anything about the level of opponents Joe's fighting at the moment, because look, Jennings will beat most people. That's my honest opinion. But did Joe get hit a bit too much? Probably, yeah, he did. But
that criticism's always been there of Joe.
But the criticism's always been there, but he got hit a lot less. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I think because I wasn't too happy with the Stavern performance, if I'm really honest, because Joe sparred a lot better than he performed, and usually it's the other way around. Because when Joe spars, he'll only turn it up on someone if they try and take the piss with him in a spar. Do you understand what I mean? So, but he prepared really well for Stavern, but I think Joe overtrained for the Stavern fight, and he, even though like we're talking about a guy who's just like, his last fight was against Wilder. I know he got horrendously beaten up, but we had more high hopes for him in that fight. But look, he's won. I mean, people say, it was kind of Joe's kryptonite, but they say that about Andy Ruiz and Joshua, but Joshua lost the fight. Joe didn't lose the fight. Joe won the fight. So Joe and heavyweights at 6'6" are always going to look better at someone against their own same size. Do you understand what I mean? So somebody that's more Joe's height, Joe's going to perform better at. Do you understand? Not someone that's shelling up and was quite clever. Jennings was very clever. He fought a good fight, but he lost the fight very comfortably, in my opinion.
What's the situation with Ajay Caballero and Manuel Chua?
Purse bids are in about a week's time.
For Char or Caballero?
Caballero. Manuel Char's going to fight Trevor Bryan, but who knows?
Is that confirmed?
It's not. It's confirmed that's the fight that's going to be next. That's the fight that's been ordered next. But look, you don't know. And what we're not going to do is just sit around like a muppet waiting for a world title shot that might not happen. So we've got to keep him active. We're looking to hopefully have some news very, very soon, as early as next week for Joe's next fight. We want him out 2 more times at the end of this year.
I don't know what Don King's been doing with Trevor Bryan and Manuel Chua.
No, flipping heck. I mean, it's a bit of a joke, isn't it, really, that situation? But look, Joe's well in position, but what we're not going to do is be inactive waiting for a title shot. We're going to keep Joe busy, because Joe could go stale. Do you know what I mean? We want to keep him active.
Cabello's a very good fighter.
Cabello's a very, very good fighter. I think it's not as hard as the Jennings fight. That's my honest opinion. From
similar level, really.
Similar kind of level, but like, I think Cabello's more. He's there to be hit a lot more than Jennings was. So I think Joe will do a lot better job on Caballero. Don't get me wrong, it's a very, very hard fight, but Joe's at that level now. So, but we want the Caballero fight. We've expressed we wanted to make the Caballero fight instead of the Jennings fight, but they didn't want it. So I think Joe will do a lot better job on Caballero. Don't get me wrong, it's a very, very hard fight, but Joe's at that level now. So, but we want the Caballero fight. We've expressed we wanted to make the Caballero fight instead of the Jennings fight, but they didn't want it. They said they wanted to take a.
Your mind's gone blank.
My mind's gone blank.
What were you talking about?
They wanted to take
who Caballero?
Yeah, he wanted
to take a voluntary.
A voluntary, yeah. I don't know why my mind's got flipping, but my mind went completely blank there. He wanted to take a voluntary, but then his time's run out to take a voluntary. We said, well, we may as well make the fight now. And they said they didn't want it, but now it's going to purse bids. So, and he was offered his career highest payday. So, you never know, do you?
Matchroom seem to be assembling a lot of heavyweights. Obviously, they acquired Joseph Parker recently.
Yeah.
Huey Fury's.
Yeah, very good signing.
Got who else? They got Michael Hunter, Gassiev, Piccoli, Usyk. They've got a lot of guys. Chisora's there.
Yeah.
After say Joe gets through Caballero.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to make obviously deals with Matchroom fighters, considering he's with Frank Warren. So, what are you realistically looking at next?
Well, the heavyweight belts might not be within the Matchroom stable.
Well, obviously, no, they're all with PBC.
This is what I'm saying. So that's like,
you're going straight for them belts.
Why not? That's what I mean. Why not? Joe's in position. Joe's very much in position. But there is fights out there for Joe. Pulev's out there for Joe. Do you know what I mean? That's a great fight for Joe. Andy Ruiz is out there. For Joe. The Wilder fight. You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, Joe would like a few more fights, but look, if an opportunity presents itself, we've said this to Joe, and Joe's said this many, many times. You're in boxing to win the world heavyweight title by any means necessary. So here's what it is. I think, as I said before, I think Tyson Fury's at a level of his own right now. But I think other than Tyson Fury, anybody can beat anybody in the heavyweight division.
All right, let me give you a scenario where it might make it tricky for Joe to get a shot.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying this is going to happen, but let's say Joshua beats Ruiz.
Yeah.
Gets them belts back.
Yeah.
Let's say Wilder beats Ortiz and Fury beats whoever his next opponent is.
Yeah.
They have 2 more fights.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be likely.
Yeah.
Because Bob Arum's expressed a want for that trilogy.
Yeah.
Joe's just waiting around there.
Yeah.
If he's going for a world
title. Keep him busy.
Just keep him busy. Who?
I keep him busy. Well,
you mentioned Pulev. That's one name.
There's lots of fights out there. There's a lot of fights. Believe me, that's like in that stable where they're on fight-by-fight contracts.
With Matchroom, you mean?
Yeah, 100%. Those any fight can be made. Look, if Mayweather Pacquiao can be made, do you understand what I mean? Any fight can be made in boxing. So, but as I say, we're on a route. We want to take meaningful fights, and that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna stay inactive. But yeah, there's a lot of fights on that side. But it's any fight can be made.
Let's talk about your other heavyweight, Guido.
Yeah.
What's happening with him?
He's next fight. He will fight on the Tyson Fury undercard of Tyson Fury's next bout in Las Vegas. So it's another great opportunity for Guido. Guido building up really nicely. He's real special talent, Guido. I'm not just saying that because I look after him, but he's only young, 25, and he's just changed trainer now. He's training with Kevin Barry, which is Joseph Parker's trainer.
Really?
Yeah. He's training with Kevin. Announced yesterday. Did you not see that?
No, that's a bit.
You're too big time, aren't you?
I was at a show yesterday.
Yeah.
Obviously had a show last night. I didn't see that. Where was that put?
On his Instagram.
On Kevin Barry's.
On Kevin Barry's and Guido's on my company page. I don't run that company page, but yeah, that company page.
So him and Parker will be giving each other good sparring.
Good rounds. Okay, Guido's next sparring camp. You've got Guido there, Carlos Takam, Michael Hunter, and Joseph Parker. Can't get him better sparring than that, are you? In world class sparring, and then Tyson Fury is going to come and spar Guido as he always will do before. But Guido learns a lot from Tyson, so yeah, we're really happy about it because it's better for Guido to be there.
And how did that link up with Kevin actually come about?
I know Kevin, and I know Joseph Parker quite well. So I just think Kevin's style is more suited to Guido right now. We're very grateful with Abel Sanchez. Whatever again, and people said, "Oh, there was a fallout." There's no fallout. We just think that Guido's style is not a come forward. He's not a heavyweight Golovkin. Do you know what I mean? Guido's a boxer. He's like everyone compares him to Vladimir Klitschko, and that's what kind of boxer I think he will end up being.
Not a Gassiev or GG.
He's not a Murat Gassiev.
Okay. Cody Davis, number one.
Yeah. There's a big fight. We're nearly over. We're very close to making the Zach Chelly fight. That should hopefully be announced by next week. We're just waiting on Frank to get everything sorted out.
I thought that fight was dead in the water.
No, it's not dead in the water.
But
Zach Chelly didn't want it at super middleweight, so we said we'll move up to light heavyweight and fight him at light heavyweight.
Oh, that's interesting. Zach's moving up then.
Zach's moved up to light heavyweight because we said we would take the fight. It was a British title limit. It was announced that Cody would fight Zach for the British super middleweight title. So we said we'll take that fight. Cody instantly said yes, please. They said they didn't want it. So we said we're not just going to fight a no name for that. So we may as well make it a big fight. We'll fight Zach at light heavyweight, and then if Cody wants to stay there, he can stay there. If not, he makes super middleweight comfortable, come back down and fight at super middle.
Excellent fight, that.
Great fight. Yeah, it's a really good fight. One we think Cody will win very comfortably.
Okay. What else is happening in the life of Sam Jones?
Nothing really. Just working every day like a. This is my life, so I work.
What is your exact role with MTK?
My exact role is MTK. It's like it's like a partnership, like in the sense of like we've got a fighter together. We're doing a few bits with Lisa Whiteside together, but George Fox mainly. We're gonna get him on. His next fight's going to be announced very soon. He's going to fight on one of the MTK shows. And look, we're looking at big things. We're doing there's a few projects we're working on, which you'll hear about like very soon as well.
Okay. I spoke to Billy Nelson.
I knew he was going to bring this up.
During Bacoli's fight week in Liverpool. She got a first round stoppage last night. Billy made some interesting comments. Said that you guys never wanted to spar Martin. He offered Martin to spar Joyce. Not you personally, I'm saying obviously spar Joe Joyce. Do you want to kind of make a comment on that?
And I've just shown you, haven't I? I've just shown you on my phone, haven't I? Basically, now, why would you... I mean, he's the mother of all knowledge, yeah? I don't know anything. I'm a car salesman. I don't know anything about boxing.
He did call you a car salesman.
He called me a car salesman, which I think is a ridiculous comment. It's like saying, he's not grown up around boxing. Like, what are you talking about, you moron? Like, that's like saying Lawrence Okolie doesn't know anything about boxing because he started off flipping burgers. Do you understand what I mean? You can change your profession. I'm sure, what did you do before this?
Worked in a nightclub.
There you go, you worked in a nightclub. Do you know what I mean? You've managed to find your niche, and it just so happens I'm very good at what I do. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I was. I also stacked shelves as well, if that helps him. The big Divvy. Was he born with a pair of pads on his massive banana bunch hands? Of course not. It's absolutely outrageous what he says there. But anyway, so why would Joe Joyce spot a big plodding heavyweight like Martin Bacoli for someone that's built like a cruiserweight? That makes no sense. Even I know that, and I'm not a coach. That's why Bacoli struggled against Hunter, because, well, it's not that just because of that, but he prepared to, just to appease Joshua, he sent Martin Bacoli to Sheffield to spar Joshua to prepare for Michael Hunter. What kind of nonsense is that? Like, you're an idiot. If like to do something like that, would you spar Martin Bacoli against Joshua to prepare for Michael Hunter, a quick, pumped-up cruiserweight? Would you do that? Of course you wouldn't. I didn't even have to answer it. Of course you wouldn't. No coach in the right mind is going to spar it. So what I said to Billy I says, Billy, not right now, but we definitely will spar, which I've shown you on the message. You can confirm that. Say yes.
Yeah.
There you go. You've seen that. I said we'll spar on any date, but right now, Martin's a bit too big for what we need to prepare for Jennings. But me being a car salesman, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? That's common sense. It's absolutely outrageous. Like, and he sits there. He's so annoying. Like, when I did the whack fight. I advised him with the whack fight, and I made that fight for him. Facts. These are big facts. I did that whole fight for him. I told him, I says, take the whack fight.
Why did you help?
Because I did. He asked me a favour, so I helped him. Oh. And this is, you know what I mean? This is what he says. He's got a very creepy obsession with me. I don't know what it is. Whether it's because I'm young, I don't have incredible amounts of nose hairs. It's something he has, like a deep issue with me. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a car salesman, Sam. Like, it's what are you talking about? Yes, and I'm also very good at this. Can do a few things.
Were you a good car salesman?
I was a very shit car salesman.
Oh, yeah.
I was okay. Do you know when someone used to ask me a question about the cars, and all my old bosses would count this? I used to change the subject. That's why I did okay. I used to change the subject completely. How do you do? I didn't know how to pop a bonnet. I was fucking useless. But it's just so hard, as I say, like, you find your niche. Everyone finds their niche. And I just think he has a bit of a problem because, again, I'm 30 years old. I smell better than him and I look better than him. That's what it is. That's the problem, and it's like he's got his stable of box. I don't even know who he trains. I mean, I've heard there's issues with even the John Joyce situation. I've heard that he's not even there anymore. So that's he needs to stop throwing. He's a very big, large individual throwing stones in bricks in glass houses. You concentrate on what you're doing, and he doesn't understand how it works. I honestly think this. He doesn't understand how boxing works. He's like, we want the winner of Podvotkin and Hughie Fury. Like, what are you talking about? Do you think Hughie Fury sat there with his dad having a cup of tea now thinking, if we get through Alexander Povetkin, we're going to go after Martin Bakoli of Airdrie? Do you know what I mean? What sense is that? You telling me he's irrelevant? Eddie Hearn has signed Martin Bakoli. This is facts, to be cannon fodder. He's cannon fodder. That's what he's doing. He's going to feed him to a Murat Gassiev. He's going to feed him to a Hrgovic. And he made another stupid reference. Joe Joyce would get destroyed if he fought Hrgovic with no head guard on. He's already fought him with no head guard on in WSB and beat him. Do you understand what I mean? He's an idiot, the guy. He makes out that he knows everything about boxing. He knows nothing. All the facts he says are incorrect. Bakoli had his big night. Yeah, he had his big night. And he lost every round and got smashed from pillar to post against Michael Hunter. And loudly quit on Channel 5. Facts. All I'm saying is facts. So he slags Joe off again and again and again. Oh, Joe, he's slow Joe. He couldn't. Martin Bakoli couldn't lace Joe Joyce's boots. And that's a fact. And he's living on this Martin Bakoli thing. But when he gets put up against somebody that can... I mean, the guy that he fought, I didn't see it because he fought on Facebook, didn't he, last night, Bakoli? I was actually going to go and watch the fight, but someone told me it was on Facebook. So I mean, don't make references to Joe Joyce when you're fighting in a warehouse with nobody in there, you've not sold one ticket, and you're fighting on Facebook Live. That's how much Eddie Hearn thinks of you. You're cannon fodder, and you're going to be fed like a steak with peppercorn sauce to a Murat Gassiev of the world. Trust me.
Do you rate Martin at all?
Yes, I do rate him. I've heard he's a very good gym fighter. I heard he's a very, very good gym fighter, and he's very, very capable. Look, he's a big, strong man. Do you know what I mean? He's a big, strong man. He's got decent. But when he makes reference to how fast he is, I saw a brief clip of you yesterday. He doesn't look fast to me. He's fit.
Who said he's fast?
Billy Nelson. He says he's incredibly fast.
He's very heavy-handed.
He said he's got a better skill set than Alexander Usyk. Yeah, he did. Don't look at me like that. He said he's got a better skill set than Alexander Usyk. I'm saying Usyk because that's how he pronounces it.
Where are these comments?
I've got it on my phone. Do you want me to play the video?
If you want to.
Let me try and play this video. I'm going to try and get hold of it. I think I'm going crazy, you do. I'm telling you. He's got a similar skill set to Alexander Usyk. They were the words he used. He's lost the plot, old Billy Nelson. He makes reference... Here we go. This is it.
Joe Joyce can get the fight with Martin anytime he wants. There's one winner, and that's Martin Bakoli. Martin will not only beat him, he'll knock him out.
Here we go, listen.
See, the thing is, Martin's skill set is very similar. I mean, his skill set is very similar to Usyk's.
Now listen to me, UMAR. Talk to me.
Pound for pound, I'd say Martin's a bigger puncher than Usyk. There's no announcer quitting that man.
There you go. If I'm delusional about Joe Joyce, I don't know what the hell that makes him. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to hear any more questions about Billy Nelson. As I think the nostril hairs in his nose is clogging up his brain.
Okay. I'm not sure where to go from here, really.
There you go. But that's what I mean. You asked me a question about it, and I had to just air that because he slags me in every single interview. He'd knock Joe Joyce out. He'd give him a lesson and knock him out. Under what former performance of Martin Bakoli suggests that he would teach Joe a lesson and stop him? It's bollocks. He's been signed to be cannon fodder. Next question.
My mind's gone blank, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
God, that was a 10-minute rant. Anyway.
Was it 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything I've said there is fact. Why would you spar your man, if you're this mother of knowledge, why would you spar your heavyweight against Anthony Joshua to prepare for Michael Hunter? That there is, if I suggest that to Joe and Joe ended up losing the fight, I should be sacked because you're not doing your job properly. Big facts. That's anyway. Moving on, UMAR of IFL TV.
What else do you want to talk about? I mean, we've covered
covered pretty much everything. There's fight tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Mick, we've grown quite close to Mick, to be fair. So I'm looking forward to him. He's a big hero around these parts, isn't he?
Making his homecoming.
Yeah, making his homecoming. I'm really looking forward to it. As I say, all the guys are coming. Adam's coming. George Fox and Joe are all coming. But yeah, but anyway, so yeah, references to the fact, yeah, Sam's a salesman. Yeah, listen, I am what I am. I'm a chubby lad from Derby. That's all I am. That's done pretty well for himself. I own a company, do okay. Some people hate me, some people don't. I'm not bothered. As long as I do a good job by the people I work with, that's all that matters to me. And as long as I'm staying real to myself.
Keep it real.
Keep it real, bruv.
All right, Sam Jones. Thank you very much for talking to IFL.
Should we swap watches?
How much is yours worth?
I can't say that.
Anyways. Oh, it's definitely more than mine.
Nah.
Definitely more than mine.
Yours looks more than mine.
Yeah, thanks for talking to IFL. I'm sure we'll catch a word soon. Enjoy the show tonight, and yeah, we look forward to some
announcements.
on Joe.
Yeah, announcements all next week for all the fighters next week.
All right.